Then a pastor came. Before the pastor started speaking, I told him, wait, whatever you tell me, I already know. So I told this I want to go see my dad, but he refused me to go see my dad. I know my dad as pastor. They knew I wanted to go see him. They knew I wanted to go be with him. They knew that he wanted to just be close to him. Those his last moments, then to be close to him. Though I know, even though he could not speak, but I just wanted to be close to him. I wanted to let him know that I'm there for him. Actually, a day to the burial, I could see people come, take our belongings, our TV. Unajua unakaa unaona TV yenu ikienda. Mtu alichukua hata nimemark sura mpaka saa hii. But I can remember that day, nilipigwa hata nikamwambia hata ukitaka pia mimi unaweza niua. Unaona hiyo ya aerial inatoka kwa hiyo TV. That kawaya nilitandikwa nayo, my back hook, I could not sleep that night. So my grandmother akaniambia, ile shule ulitolewa ukiwa form 2. Si unaweza rudi huko. I went back.
And they accepted you.
Wapi? Nilifika pale nikakutana na principal. Principal ananiambia, what are you doing here? Nini unafanya huko? Nini ndio watu mnakuja kutuharibia shule? The guy slapped me. My aunt na the husband nikauliza, hakuna church yangu kanapa karibu ambayo inazaenda. Kaniambia, you see, there's a church we always go. So akanipeleka Gospel Centers International. Then it was called Gospel Centers International. So nikaenda kufika pale, nikakaa. Nikaona vile wanamuziki wanapiga muziki, nikasema basi. Nikaona people giving their life to Christ, wageni wanakaribishwa vizuri ile kanisani. Nikasema ile kwa karibishwa nilipewa mpaka soda. Kanisa gani karibishwa pewa soda?
Hiyo
Karibishwa nikapewa mpaka soda.
Hi guys, welcome back to this show, Inspire to Aspire. And I'm so glad. I just want to say thank you again for your continued support, for liking, for watching our previous videos, and we are really grateful. You don't take it for granted. Thank you to the new subscribers. We are growing in numbers and I can't take it for granted. I want to thank the team as well that is behind the cameras that are making this show great and able to reach you. And straight today, I'm so excited. I'm having a guest, a special guest with me, someone close to my heart, and we are going to indulge further, and we hope that you're going to enjoy this show. I'll just let him introduce himself and also tell us what he do and who he is.
Thank you so much. My name is Mr. Adam Omondi Miyumo. I work for CCBK, that is Coca-Cola Beverage Kenya. And I'm a sales representative there.
Straight, let me turn to my guest, and I just want to say thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for squeezing your time and showing. It means a lot to us. And you know, when something is born, or rather when a baby is born, the people closest, or rather family, are the first people that tend to care for the baby, hold the baby's hand, support the baby, and see the growth of the baby one step at a time. And since RNN has been born and Inspire to Aspire has been born, I'm really grateful that you're here as a family to just support this show, work with us and be part of it to make sure that it grows. I can't take that for granted. So I don't know if I'm the one who should tell them, or I just want you to tell them, who are you? Because I don't want to assume that the viewers know who you really are.
Once again, I said I'm Mr. Adam Omondi Miyumo. I work for CCBK Kenya, and I do sales and marketing at that company. Other than that, we do just making sure that our customers feel at Coca-Cola fit, and of course delivering coolers to them. And with that, it's a plus for us, because we say if a customer consumes that one bottle is as in that one bottle for us is like a sale for us. Other than us having a customer just taking more. One bottle for us is a sale for us. So I love the work I'm doing. and hoping for the best come this year in the same company.
Okay, seems like I'm going to reintroduce him again. I've been waiting. Nisikie akisema I am married, I have one wife. Lakini amecheza chini. Are you comfortable to say your marital status?
Once again, I'm married to one wife who is a lady, to be specific. Acha niseme lady kwa sababu mnaweza nikuwa tumseme ni mwanaume, who is a lady, and we are blessed with a baby girl. Her name is Tana Hera Miyumo, and yeah.
Okay, so welcome again, and just to take you through, I just want to dive in and let the viewers know how you really began your journey until here where we at. So I want to take you back to where you were born. Can you give us your childhood story from when you can remember, or rather from when you were born to here?
Okay, I was born in 1988 in a hospital by the name Pumwani. I'm sure some of you know where Pumwani is. Pumwani then, not Pumwani now. Pumwani then, and we're in a family of three. Where I'm the firstborn, and there's a girl who's following me. Her name is Eve, and then of course there's a boy. His name is Arnold. Mm-hmm. So I was born in Pumwani, raised in a place called Kibra, but then it was called Kibera. Now it is Kibra. So it's called Kibera, and my life there as a child, growing in a ghetto, and of course whereby some of you may understand nyumba nile mnaangaliana, see me, face me. Those are the houses in Kibra, and there are much love with all the neighbors. We could play with the children there, and of course remember that place ni place yenye iko na mpaka Muslims, so we could also have a good nini with the Muslims also. So we stayed there, and of course my schooling I did in Kibera Primary School. That's where I went to school.
Let me interject kidogo. Now, before you get to school, do you have even a little spark of memory from the time I'm assuming 4 years or 5 years, the kind of child you were? Were you an active child, a polite child? Do you remember your childhood before you now started school?
Yeah, my childhood, I can say in a nutshell that I was a polite child, and a polite child who was willing to help, anyone, the old, the young, and of course I was willing to go further, extra mile. Of course, assist somebody. Maybe somebody wants to be done something in his house or in a house. We could go there as a team of a few people just to assist. In my childhood, I grew up polite guy, humble, yeah.
Oh, so ati humility ilitoka mbali. Ama you changed?
No,
we shall figure out uko mbele. So, you now went to school. You started your class 1, ama?
Yeah, I started my class 1.
Just give us the journey of school, where you went to school.
I went to my first journey as a pale nursery. I did in a church called Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity Church is in Makina.
You even remember your nursery school?
Yeah, that's where I went to nursery school. Once I was done my nursery pre-unit level, I went to class 1. Now, my class 1, I went to Kibera Primary School. That first day, new shoes, new uniform, new as in everything of yours is new books, and then of course that's where the journey started. Class 1, class 2, class 3, until now I reached class 8. So in class 8, I didn't perform as I learned it.
I want to take you back. Did you finish class 8 in the same school? Also, you forgot to mention the school, or are you not comfortable mentioning the school?
I finished in Kibera Primary, Kibera Primary School. That's where I finished my class 1.
You went all through to class 8?
All the way to. I didn't
all this time you're still living in Kibera?
I was still living in Kibera.
Okay.
So I was still living in Kibera until when my dad and mom, my dad was a social worker in church. So the same church I started my nursery level, felt that they needed somebody to take care of the church compound. So my father, being a social worker in the church, he was told that you're the one who's going to take care of this compound, and so you'll have to shift from where you are and come and stay in the church compound. So for me, it was an exciting moment, but I could not forget where I came from. Once in a while, I could go visit them. I could go just check on them, but once we were living in Trinity, then I could still go to school in Kibera Primary. So
where is Holy Trinity? Is it still within Kibera?
Holy Trinity is in Kibera, a place called Makina.
And then you're saying once in a while you could go visit them. Yes. Visit who now?
I could go visit my friends.
Your friends? Oh.
Yeah, I could go back, visit my friends. I remember there's a house where we could do fellowship. Actually, we were doing fellowships on Wednesdays, and we were calling ourselves Plot 10. And the lady was there. Her name is Mudhoni. Mudhoni could bring all the children of Plot 10 together. And when you say Plot 10, we counted the houses.
Oh.
The houses there were 10. And in each house had 2 or 3 children. So he could bring these children together. And of course, he could teach Sunday school. He could, of course, when her daughter has a birthday, he could call all of us and, of course, share the little cake that he has done. She has prepared. So Mudhoni played a very good role just to make us understand the word, of course, also make us understand who we are to society.
So you started the journey of Christianity way back as a child. You grew up in church.
Yes.
And you talked about school. What are those moments you can remember about your primary school that are really the highlights? Like, what is that thing that happened in school that to date, Bado too, stands out?
In school, for me, what I loved about Kibera Primary School, when I joined Kibera, I was having that desire of being a scout. So I was given that opportunity and privilege to be a scout leader. And so I could make sure that each and every Monday and Friday, I was unique. Each and every Monday and Friday, I could take flowers, put inside the flag, raise it. So once, in fact, I was making sure that I'm the one who is raising the flag. So that day, the flag just, and then the teacher called me office and told me, I love your idea. You're very bright, and if you continue like this, you'll go far. So that's how I came to really enjoy. In fact, I really enjoyed Monday and Friday.
Fridays because of raising flags.
Raising the flag.
Oh, that's nice. So you finished your high school, your primary, and now it's time to go to high school. Between here and there, between now your primary session and the transition to high school, how was it for you, and which school, if you don't mind mentioning, did you go to?
That I can remember that fateful day. In 202, I was in class 7. But unfortunately, I lost my mom in 202. That is in March 202. So class 7, uko hapo, you don't know anything, as in your dad, actually, so unajua umebaki na your dad.
You lost your mom when you were still, were you in school when that happened? Okay, just take us through the journey, or how you got to hear the news of your mom's loss. Were you present?
What happened, that night before my mom passed in the morning, I was at home. We were at home, myself, brother and sis, and of course there was Jackie, who was our family friend, and we were there. So at night I could hear mom crying for pain, and my dad was there just trying to pray, and being the firstborn, I could connect. There is something is going on. So in the morning, I felt like there's something that has happened, but I don't know what has happened. So I just prepared myself because it was on a Monday. Prepared myself and left for school. So while I was in school, there was a strike. I can't remember the 2002. There was a strike, teacher strike, and then we were forced to go back home. So when I went back home, I'm seeing a lot of cars in the compound. I'm seeing people in the compound. So I ran mpaka kwa nyumba to ask what has happened.
Let me again take you back, and please answer if only you are comfortable about this. Your mom was sick. That night you heard her crying, and that means she was ailing, but in the house. Was she taken to the hospital at some point?
Yeah, she was taken to the hospital. She was taken to the hospital.
On that day, she's been in hospital.
She's been to hospital, in and out of the hospital.
Okay.
And I don't know how these people always feel that when their time is up and they want to go, they always say their folks, just take me back to the house or take me back home.
Okay.
Yeah, so that at least they are preparing you, because they feel that they don't want to the burden of house hospital bill expense. So my mom was taken back home, stayed in the house. Of course, we were there for her through thick and thin, and yeah, it happened that on that fateful day, my mother passed on, and when my mother passed on, I felt it. I felt it as a firstborn. I felt it, and so it really put me down. But I had to be strong for my brother.
So I had cut you when you were just arriving. Umefika nyumbani, umeona magari, umeona you've seen something that is unusual, and now you're running to the house. So you can just speak from then. Nilikukat ndio turudi nyuma, we build this.
When I seen the cars and people around our houses, and they were all in a somber mode. So I went straight to my dad and asked what happened. Where is mom? Then dad told me that mom is going to be the Lord. It was a devastating for me. I went out, cried, and told God, why is it has to be mom? Why is it has to be us? Just the other New we had buried our grandmother. Why it has to be us? So I was reminded that we are all passengers here. And when we're all passengers, when our right time comes for God to take us home, we'll have to go home.
So I'm really sorry for the loss and the pain, and I want you to take us now. How did life change, or rather, did life change from there? And if it did, how did it happen? Or rather, what changes did you notice after the passing of mom?
Yeah, life changed because I remember when mom was there, we could getting water was very easy, because we could get water from the church compound. But now, when mom passed on, I took the responsibility as a man now to be getting water. And I remember I could nilikuwa naenda wheelbarrow kutoka mahali Makina hiko to a place called Olympic to get water.
Still young. Are you able to estimate it in kilometers? Am I in approximately too?
I cannot be able to estimate it in kilometers because for me it was far.
That is from Makina
because
to Makina.
If I leave Makina at around 10, I'll be back at around 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sweating, and of course there are cars also, the same roads.
And
Now the roads have been built, and yeah, but then there were one-way roads. See, if a car is going, a car is passing. So we are using the same road with the cars and of course passengers and of course motorcycles and bicycles.
Responsibilities came into you when you were young. At this, what age are you roughly right now?
Right now,
Not now. At this particular time.
This particular time, I was which age was I? Was I 14?
Yeah, okay.
Around there, around 14. Yeah, around 14. And with this, I could maneuver. I knew how to maneuver. And in fact, I remember my dad came and told me, no, you're doing too much. He was like, no. And then I told him, you see, at the end of the day, we will need water. And this water will be used. Visitors are coming here. You need to be prepared for these visitors. Of course, clothes needs to be washed. The house needs to be clean. So I need to do what? I need to do something. I can't just sit and wait and wait for water to come.
For everything to
happen. So I decided to take responsibility of getting water. And of course, I did until the day my mother was taken
for burial. So after burial, you guys went for burial, and did you come back?
Yes, we went for burial. All of us went for burial, and then we came back. After 1 week at home, we came back. Now coming back, my father, you could see him lonely. You could see him, he's not there, as in he's not there where he's seated. Because most of the time I could find him seated outside.
He's physically there, but
mentally he's not there. So I could greet her, we could call him Baba. Baba, how are you? And then he could not answer, as in, I don't know whether he was seeing us, and then assuming, but you could see in his face that he isn't happy. Kama alikuwa amepotea. So until uingie, you have your lunch while leaving. Oh, ulikuwa umeingia, niambia ngine mpaka nakusalamia. I'm sorry, my mind wasn't here. So my dad stayed. We buried my mom on 202. My dad health started deteriorating. So he was taken to hospital, a place called Nazareth Hospital. Alikuwa amelemewa nyumbani, so decided to take him to Nazareth Hospital. Akakaa Nazareth for a month. Until that day, tukisema tunataka kwenda kumtembelea, we were like, no, mwezi enda.
Sasa akiwa hospital at this time, because mom passed akiwa class 7. So by the time dada ako hosi uko class 8 sasa.
Class 8 sasa.
Okay.
So dada ako hosi, najaribu concentrate kwa studies hapa. Ako hosi, hakuna tujaenda kumuona, but my aunts na wale makazini walikuwa kwa nyumba wameenda kumuona. So we could ask them, how is dad? How is mom? How is dad doing? They were like, dad ako sawa, and can we go see him tomorrow mtaenda? So that tomorrow came. When that tomorrow came, I asked them, I want to go see my dad because it's long overdue. Mshida mkiniambia tutaenda na tuendi. So they told me, kesho tufanya nini? Tutakupeleka. But I had a feeling that something has happened to my dad. You see, if you've been close to somebody, very close to somebody, and then kitu ifanyikia hata kama gari imepita kwa mguu yake utafeel. Ai, bakumpia simu ni aje? Uko sawa? Ati niko sawa lakini gari imepitia kwa mguu yangu. Unaona? So I felt something has happened to my dad. And I was really pressuring these people, especially my aunt. Kindly, let me go see my dad. Why are you avoiding me to go see my dad? Until when I came back from school, Rudi jioni, wanajua they acting normal. You see, if I know you're acting normal, I will sense nilisema hapa kuna kitu nanificha. Waka act normal. We ate, after kukula, tukashower, tukakaa. Then a pastor came. Before the pastor started speaking, I told him, wait. Whatever you tell me, I already know. So msiniambie. I told this I want to go see my dad. But he refused me to go see my dad. I know my dad has passed on. So don't tell me anything. I don't want to hear anything. So I got agitated. Were like, no, just in fact, I went outside. So when I went outside, I came back. My brother and my sister were like, Adam anasema nini? So when I came back, they broke the news. Your dad has gone to be with the Lord. So it was a moment of I shed tears uncontrollably because they knew I wanted to go see him. They knew I wanted to go be with him. They knew that I wanted to just be close to him. Those his last moments, then to be close to him. Though I know, even though he could not speak, but I just wanted to be close to him. I wanted to let him know that I'm there for him, because he's always been there for us. He's always taken care of. He's always make sure that we go to school. He always make sure that we are provided for. He's always make sure that things has gone well for us. So it was a bad day for us. So we took it the way it is, and so it's God's plan. So the preparation for the burial started, and
so at this time you've learned, and your siblings are there. I'm really sorry for it. Really sorry. I was quite getting into a bit emotional, but I'm really. So you have your siblings right now. What are they doing? Are they even understanding what has happened? You've just learned that dad has passed on, and your siblings are here. You at least you got to know the whim before you were even told. You had sensed the mood, but you have your other two siblings. Were they in a position to understand what's happening? Did they grasp what's happening, and how did you go about it? That particular, was it night or day?
It was a night.
Yes, that particular night.
My brother. Let me talk about my sister. My sister knew what was going on. And so yeah, she cried. I remember that day she cried. Now that anasema sasa tumebaki mayatima, who is going to take care of us, as in the person that tulikuwa tunajua who remained for us was our dad, because we know that our dad will go further and at least see us grow to become the people that we have wanted to be. So the person who could not comprehend anything was my brother. He was very young then. Yeye alikuwa tu. He was very young then. Yeye alikuwa, and he could not comprehend until later ndio akakuja ku understand what had happened. But with him, yeye alikuwa tu. And so I can say my brother never got the love of a mother, because hakuwahi feel my mom. So memory yake. But ukimuuliza atakwambia how my mom was, but then he was very young.
So you've gone, already dad has passed, and he has been buried. You went for burial.
Yeah, we went for burial. Yeah.
So what happened after this burial? You come back to where you guys lived?
We went after burial. I remember that day, actually a day to the burial, I could see people come, take our belongings, our TV. Unajua unakaa unaona TV yenu ikienda.
Hiyo ni move now, ama
actually,
mko nyumbani, mko Nairobi bado.
Mko Nairobi. Unaona TV yenu ikienda. Ile TV yetu inaenda. Unajua
mwenye anachukua ni mtu mnajua.
Hata mtu alichukua, hata nimemark sura mpaka saa hii. Nimemark sura in a way that I can even remember the name. So TV ikachukuliwa, nikaona TV imeenda, nikaona gasi imeenda, so tukabakishwa vitu kidogo hapa, at least kakiti na nini, just for us to be able to nini. So tungine kama tuviti, so zilipelekwa home. So once all these things were distributed, we traveled home. So going home, we went home, buried my dad. Once the burial was over, wazee wakakaa chini. Decide now that my dad had a step brother. Now there was my aunt who was the last born to my grandmother. Actually, she's the one who yeye ndiye amebaki. Her name is Lynette Awo, yeye ndiye amebaki. And then of course there was my sister's my mom's sister, who was her name is Susan Atieno. So let me go back. Before my mother passed on, my mother called Susan and told Susan, you know what? My son understands you more than anyone in this house.
Now that's you or
Now,
your
my
younger
brother
son.
understands you more than anyone in this house. So I'm giving you this boy now. Mchukue kama ni wako, take care of him as is yours, as in mimi nimekupea. When my mother was doing, my mother was still alive. But she knew that one day she will be there, and the person that can take care of this young man, because that young man then was very energetic and very prayerful. So my aunt took the boy. So alipewa roho safi. So tukiwa kwa mazishi, akasema, I didn't know that my sister was preparing me, and that one day she'll go away, I'll be given a son. So hii anasema kwa mazishi ya mama. Sawa. Kwa mazishi ya father pia akarudia the same thing. Asema before my sister died, aliniachia mtoto. Aliniachia kijana. And me I'll take care of this kijana, this boy like mine. So my brother anaona kuna mahali anaenda. My sister, my aunt said, yeah, I'll take Eve. I'll go with Eve to my place. And then of course the remaining thing I'll take care of it. So mimi ndo nikaenda kwa step.
Sasa wewe ukugawiwa.
Mimi nilipelekwa kwa step brother. Au step brother nimekaa nikijua step brother si step brother. Mzuri.
Ni step brother wa nani?
Wa dad. Because initially before nikiwa primary school hatukuwa in good terms. Tulikosania kitu anaomba kwa nyumba yake. And the guys, if staying with the relative is not an easy
so
thing.
That is let me ask another question. Each time mmekosana before your parents passed on?
These are my parents
after you've been taken now?
My parents have passed on and nimeshukuliwa na kana wao. So kukakuwa na misunderstanding. Something that has happened in his house, and then the wife implicated it to me. So when the man comes back, alikuja kama amelewa na ilikuwa ni war. But I can remember that day nilipigwa na nikamwambia hata ukitaka pia mimi unaweza niua. Because design umenipiga na that na feel ni kama mimi sio ulilichukua because you wanted to stay with me to prove wazee that you really care. But I can remember unaona you are aerial inatoka kwa TV. That kawaya litandikwa nayo my back hook. I could not sleep that night because of a mistake that the wife had committed but implicated on you. So I remember there was a teacher in my primary school akiniambia, don't worry, all this thing will be fine. She passed on. Her name was Mrs. Odiambo. She passed on. May her soul rest in peace. So Mrs. Odiambo akaniambia, don't worry, all this thing will be fine. Have you told your uncle? I called my aunt, my uncle told them the same thing. They were like, fanya hivi, weka tu hapo, hold on. Ukimaliza class 8. Tukuchukua tukupeleke. Wende ukae home. So, in my class 8, I'll take you back. In my class 8, I didn't perform as in I wanted. I could have wanted
the way
to
you
perform.
expected.
The way I expected. The marks I got, my aunt, I insist. The wife to my step uncle. I insist. You know what? These marks you can go with them in high school. I told them no. These are not my marks.
So you wanted to repeat?
I wanted to repeat. Hii kurepeat pia ni pia njia nyingine ya kuwatoka. Sababu nikimagine tena another year, another 4 years with these people, mimi nitaumia. So wakaniambia ni sawa, you insist. Utaenda home. So I went home. I came home.
I
repeated in 2 or 3. And nilipelekwa class 8. Sikurudia class 8, nilipelekwa class 8.
Okay.
So hapo nika perform vizuri. I went to a school called Alara Primary School. That is all in Bondo.
Okay.
There I performed well, nikamaliza shule, nikamaliza class 8.
So sasa when umerudi nyumbani, who are you staying with at home?
Ushago.
Are you fending for yourself or?
Ushago was staying with my grandmother. Ushago was staying with my grandmother, and with my grandmother, things were not also easy as I could have expected back at home, because nakumbuka nilikuwa natoka distant fulani, na you see I could run all the way to school, eat and come back running. So hata ile chakula umekula hakuna ninafanya kwa tumbo. So nikapasavia nikavumilia mpaka nikamaliza my class 8 nikiwa Lara. So nilipomaliza ule auntie mwenye siku nataka kurudi akaniita tena, akasema alinikujia,
nataka uende mwisho,
nataka niende tuishi na yeye. Kunikujia sikuwa na budi, nikaenda. Kufika kule tukakuwa na nikakaa na wao, and then things went on well as you expected until so siku nataka kupelekwa shule. Nikapelekwa form 1. Form 1 nilipelekwa a place called Nyangoma High School. I went to Nyangoma High School form 1, form 2.
Where is Nyangoma High School?
Nyangoma High School is in Bondo also. Okay. Now form 1, form 2, my uncle akarealize ukijana kuna vile asomi jua siko karibu na yeye. So I need to monitor him. So what he did, akanitoa shule form 2. Nitoa shule nikakuja kukaa karibu na yeye, place called Dagoretti. Kwa nayo Dagoretti akanipeleka private school inaitwa Gitu Academy. Now hiyo shule niliingia form 3 direct. And nilipoingia form 3, the teachers accepted me, embraced me, and nakumbuka ndiko naitwa pastor hiyo shule.
Ulikuwa bado minister?
I could still minister. Kwa naitwa pastor. So I could go for the CU rallies, I could go for the events, and actually that's why I sharpened also my singing skills in a group. I'm not singing alone, I sing in a group. So after that things didn't go well in that school. There was a strike. So when the strike happened, kila mtu anarudi home. So nikarudi home. I remember it was in before the post-election violence. The post-election violence.
Yeah, it was 7, I think.
It was 7. So tuko pale, my uncle akarealize nikienda kana kijana hapa na kitaumana, acha nirudishe nyumbani.
So this time ukirudi nyumbani, there was a smooth landing. You've been mnaishi vizuri, unarudi tu juu ya security. Okay.
So nikarudi nikaenda Migori. Tukaenda naye Migori because he had a house in Migori. So tukaenda Migori. While in Migori akaniambia I want to go back to Nairobi. Kwa shilingi 5,000 utajipanga na utafute shule Migori. Nairobi iko safe. Nikamwambia sawa. So I took that money.
Ni wewe ulienda kutafuta shule?
Nenda kujitafutia shule. Jana kajipeleka interview, nikakaa kwa interview, nikapatiwa exams, nikafanya, nikapita. But unfortunately nilinyimwa hiyo chance.
Ulikuwa unaingia shule gani?
Hiyo ni shule inaitwa Lwala. Iko Migori. Nikanyimwa hiyo chance, nikapewa mtu mwingine. So nikiwa huko, I call my grandmother, naambia, unajua mimi Onyango amekuja kaniacha hapa. Alikuwa anaitwa Onyango. Unajua Onyango amekuja ameniacha Migori. Anaambia fanya hivi, kimbia rudi nyumbani. So kwa ile 5,000 nikatoa ngiri. Nikatoa ngiri, nikapanda gari, nikarudi wapi? Nikarudi home. So my grandmother akaniambia, ile shule ulitolewa ukiwa form 2. Si unaweza rudi huko. I went back.
And they accepted you.
Wapi? Nilifika pale nikakutana na principal. Principal ananiambia, what are you doing here? Nini unafanya huko? Nini watu mnakuja kutuharibia shule? The guy slapped me.
On the first
siku nimeenda. Nilikuwa nimeenda kutisha chance. The guy slapped me. He was a principal. Akani slapped me. Nikaji-recollect. But the deputy called me and I could have helped you because I knew who you are and I knew your background. I knew how you've suffered.
How things have been happening.
Things have been happening to you. So, but now that who the principal yuko, I'll be able to accept you. but where you go, I guess this is the best. So nikatoka. I called my grandmother, kanambia, do this. Your uncles are here. Your uncles are here. So do this. Come to one of them. Nikapeleka shule. Nikaenda kwa one of the uncles. Nikamwambia, mimi nimefukuzwa because of this and this and this. Kanambia, don't worry. He took me to Akoko. Akoko High School. So nikapelekwa Akoko. I was accepted there. Nikaingia na ile 5,000 yangu nikanunua badge. Because mashati za white long sleeve nilikuwa nazo kama 10.
So you got a badge.
So nikachukua badge.
So part of that 4,000 was school fee.
Part of that 4,000 was school fee.
Did it settle the school fee as a whole?
No, it didn't settle the school fee. After this 4,000 ilikuwa ni kama ya kuni-enroll niingie shule. Unakumbuka nafaa kusit for my form 4? Nakumbuka pale niliacha nikiwa form 3. So when the post-election violence happened.
So confusion.
So nikarudi nikaingia Akoko. Now Akoko nipoingia iliingia na they were putting on a black trouser. I had 2 black trousers. And of course nilikuwa na shirt white. So I didn't want to badge. But then badge was going for 50 shillings. So I took the badge. The badge kama 3. Nikachukua badge, nikaenda hapo home shago kulikuwa na fundi. Mpelekea na kanitengenezea. So I remember my first day in school. Niliamka saa 10. Prepared myself because it was a walking distance.
Akoko is far.
So I walked. Na nakumbuka nikitraverse through the bushes. Ndio nifike. So in fact day ya kwanza nikienda nilifuata barabara. Day ya pili sasa nikienda nilifuata the bushes because we got other people also going to the same school. So tulikuwa tunangojana tuna the same school. Until one day my aunt Lineta Wora. My aunt akakuja home. And I've told you guys, remember that nikifeel kitu nataka ku happen we feel. So nikatoka shule usiku, it was on a Friday. Naenda home. Nikiwa kwa barabara nika feel presence ya my aunt amepita. Akiwa kwa bike. Jaribu niangalie vizuri, juu imenicharaza hapa hivi, niko njaa, nimetoka shule niko njaa, nimechoka. Na najua nikienda home, hakuna tunaenda kuget. For sure, I knew there's nothing I was going to get at home.
So how were you surviving at home? At
home was my grandmother could prepare porridge. Tengeneza uji. Tengeneza naambia, he could call me Nyakwara. Nyakwara means my grandson. Today, we don't have anything to consume, but we have porridge. So you could have our porridge. And of course now our light was the moon. Our light was the moon. Then aqua na mafuta. Our light was the moon. So tungekaa nje na God pia ni kama alijua. Alikuwa anatuletea tu mundu the exact time. Kuja na tunakaa na moon hapo hivyo. Ikifika kama sasa inataka kupotea, anambia sasa tuombe. Tulikuwa tunaombea hapo nje. My grandmother was very prayerful. So I could pray. Once she prayed, I go to my Simba. Anafanya nini? Anaingia kwa nyumba yake, nimesimama tunalala. Asubuhi naamka, prepare go to school. So hiyo day, my aunt amekuja akafika. Kufika after an hour pia mimi nikaingia. So kufika anauliza, Adam, shosho kwa shosho yuko? Mimi ndo kuingia nimeingia. Sahi. Nimeingia kwa form na mimi niko form 4. What happened? So nikamwambia all these stories I'll give you once I'm settled. I need to go get water. It's 7 in the evening. The place naendea maji pia ni far.
Ni distant.
So nikachukua wheelbarrow. Teremka chini. I could carry 5 jerrycans. Teremka chini nikachota maji nikarudi. So kufika nakuta at least leo nitaona na taa. Kuna taa auntie alinunua mafuta. My aunt akitoka Nairobi angebeba mafuta ya taa, angebeba unga yake, angebeba yani she could package herself. Atajua anakuja home na by the time anafika atakuta maduka zimefungwa. So she could carry even cooked food, anapika yake kwa fridge, kwa freezer. By the time inafika ocha bado iko
imeyuka, iko fresh
bado iko fresh. So Tukaingia, they cooked, we ate. Once we've eaten, they now tell me how has it been in school. So sinampatia ile story ya nilipoacha niacha na
Ground story
ngitano.
yote.
Kaniambia head principal yuko shule, nakwambia yuko anaweza enda kuongea naye, nakwambia anaweza kuja kuongea naye. So my aunt came. Akikuja akaongea na principal, akamwambia huyu mtoto wa ndugu yangu. Na alinipatia story yake jana. I shed tears. Nililia kwa sababu I wasn't expecting him to be in this state. And now understanding that he's in form 4, he's supposed to sit for form 4. So I'm asking umwalawa ingie shule. I go back to Nairobi. I gather a little, whatever I get, I send. So my aunt did as she promised. My aunt
She settled the bill.
She settled the bill. I told my aunt, hiyo katumekuwa naambia my auntie, mimi naona hapa sasa nikaa nafika mwisho. Si unilipia tu exams fee. Nikienda kufanya exam na nimeenroll, nisomee nyumbani. I can answer nini. So my aunt felt it, akanambia no. I'll see what I'll do. So you went to talk to the principal. Aka agree. Mkumbuke nikitoka form 2, nilikuwa bado na box yangu, bado iko safi, mattress iko safi, blanket bado iko safi, na bedsheet iko safi. So I took this. So sikuenda expense ya kubuy box na nini. So I took this nikapeleka shule.
So shule form 4 mlikuwa mna board?
Yeah, for all form 4.
Ama ilikuwa the whole school?
All form 4.
Because hii time nyingine nakumbuka ilikuwa unaenda ukirudi.
Yeah, all form 4
walikuwa na board. Oh, so ulikuwa unarudi because finances.
Because of finances. So all form 4 walikuwa na board. So all form 4 took a board. So the school accepted me. And my aunt as he promised on that week, alituma do. Alituma fees, akatuma exams fee, na akatuma my shopping. Yeah, akatuma my shopping. There was sugar, there was soap. For once, my aunt aligamba ka juice bwana.
So life ikachange kidogo, uliapogediwa kidogo. So right now you've gone through school, at least sasa umefika form 4 mwisho, umepata hiyo support ama hiyo breakthrough from your aunt, you've been supported and you've now cleared your form 4. And I want to take you back. And guys, before I take you back, let me just give you a background story why I'm taking him back. I feel like there's something I wanted him to really mention and he hasn't mentioned. And this is because I know this because he's my husband. So there are a few things that I know. And this particular part, I wanted him to tell this story kidogo. Na ameiruka tu, amepita story na ameiruka kidogo. So I just want to take him back. Or maybe ni mimi ndo sikumbuki time frame. Let me just ask and then let me know. There's something about your surgery that you had, if you remember. If you don't mind sharing, can you tell them what the surgery was, when it happened, around what time? Because the reason I'm saying this, it will build up to your current life now. So the surgery you had, what had happened, the effects, or rather the what will I call it? The results or the effects of the surgery that you had. If you don't mind, if you mind, just say I'm not comfortable sharing it.
The surgery I remember was done on my ear.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I forgot. And also, your age. What age? Around what age?
The surgery was done on my ear, and that was I was very young, and my dad was there, mom was there. So the surgery I had gone to was my ear. My eardrum had a problem. So most of the time, tungeongeleshana, ningekuja kukusikia baadaye. So niko like, umeniita ama nitike, umeniita. But the surgery a little bit affected my eyes. So that's like, guys, you see me on specs, it affected my eyes. So the surgery went on successfully, and went back home through under medication, and I started putting on my specs in form 2. I started putting on my specs. In fact, nilikuwa nakaa hivi, light kwa kinichapa direct, I feel.
So affecting your eyes was a side effect of the surgery, or was it a surgery gone wrong?
It was a side effect of the surgery.
Side effect of the surgery. It was not a surgery gone wrong.
Or
for me, I all along I understood that it was a surgery gone wrong, and now it went to the eyes.
No, the surgery went to success because the eardrum was covered.
That's what I wanted to ask Kabisa, because the reason I knew I wanted to build it touches to your current life right now, how you've grown and transitions to your current life right now. So tumemaliza shule, pole niliwarudisha nyuma kidogo. Umemaliza form 4. Haya, ukaanza aje sasa? Hustle ama umekuja ama
form 4,
umeenda uni?
Form 4 nilipomaliza nikaenda my aunt.
The same one mwenye alilipa fee.
Before that, hiyo duration ya kuwa home, my brother and sister pia wakakuja nyumbani. My sister was studying in a school called Barchando. My brother then was in primary. Alikuwa Alara. So all of us were at home. And at home, unaangalia grandi ndio sole provider everything. Unaona anakosa kumega. I remember my mother akienda kuchimba gold. Na that thing hatukupenda. Myself sikupenda. So nikamwambia grandi, I think kesho.
Hakuwaka kwa kwari.
Nikamwambia kesho wewe usiende. Kesho usiende. I'm still kuchimba gold. I'll just look for something. And then I got a friend. Ananiambia mimi baadaye nilikuwa nataka unisaidie kufanya 1 2 3 because nilikuwa nataka mbolea itoke kwa shamba, itoke kwa kwa zizi ya ng'ombe, itoke kwa shamba. But then alikuwa na plant mangoes. Alikuja na grafted mangoes from Nairobi, so alikuwa anataka kuzipanda. So akaniambia I'll give 500 per day. Nikasema mimi za kwa deal sana. So unajua the first impression, hiyo siku ya kwanza ukienda kazi lazima uende mapema ndio at least uonyeshe mwenye anataka kupatia kazi that you are really interested in this job. So by saa moja akifungua mlango anapata kwa gate. Wakuja mapema anakuambia I did this job. So nikafanya hiyo siku ya kwanza. Siku ya kwanza nilipomaliza kufanya nikapitia kwa center, at least nikasema leo tu change diet. Mboga kali bwana imetupeleka mbio sana. Kaingia pale nikachukua tu some little fish hapo kidogo, nyanya na kitunguu na unga. Nikapeleka home. And then I remember nikipeleka home, my mother was like, my grandmother was like, umetuokolea. So once I did that, in the morning nikitoka nilikuwa nachia my grandmother kitu. Namwambia Dani, usitoke hapa. Usitoke hapa. So I did that for a whole month. Then my aunt called me. Anambia now, I want you to do what? I want you to come to Nairobi. Okay. That woman nilikuwa nafanyia kazi, sasa nilikuwa nafanya per day, aliguswa. Akasema kijana vile kazi amefanya kwa hii compound, hata mtu mwingine ningeleta nje angefanya. Na si ati ni relative ama ni nini. Akanipatia 5,000 on top of pesa nilikuwa nipatia. Ile fanya nilikuwa nipatia per day, alitoa 5k akanipatia.
Lump sum.
Akanambia you are good hearted. Yaani umefanya kazi ni kama ni yako, na wherever you go the Lord lead you. So nakumbuka nikitoa shilingi 2,000 nikiachana na mother. After nilikuwa nao kwa mfuko, si nimekatiwa ticket na my aunt.
So ukikuja Nairobi umeacha your siblings back at home. And also another thing, it time yote high school, had you met your siblings at any time?
Yeah, we could meet at home.
Oh, okay.
We could meet at home. Si nasomea shule ya Ocha. Tumefunga wote tukutana home.
Mkifunga mnarudi home.
Narudi home.
Shule kifunguliwa kila mtu anarudi kwake.
And then when at home, sikuwa mtu wa kurandaranda. Sikuwa mtu wa kurandikiwa home, I could make sure kama mahindi imepandwa, mimi nilikuwa naenda kwa shamba kupalilia.
Sasa umekuja Nairobi kwa your aunt?
Kuja Nairobi kwa my aunt. Kuja Nairobi kwa my aunt nikaland tao pale pale Kencom. Nikapanda matatu mimi huyo
mpaka. Unajua Kencom?
Najua Kencom.
Hiyo time sasa. Sasa
hiyo time. Nikaland pale Doni. My aunt akaniambia sasa tumefika. Ndio nataka ufanye kwanza. My aunt wherever he is, Mwenyezi Mungu tu ambariki. Aliniambia kwanza ni wewe utaenda driving school. Akanilipia driving school. Driving school, I did my driving school in top gear. Napeleka driving school, akaniambia, "Unajua driving school sasa hapa shule. Nataka usaidiane na udereva." anakupatia gari.
Shule gani?
Inaitwa the Bright Gift School. Yeah, my aunt has a school called the Bright Gift School. So akanipatia job pale the Bright Gift School. And she could pay me. Nakaa kwake, nakula kwake.
Anakulisha, anakuvisha na
ananilisha, anapatia malezi. Kunivisha sasa uko alikuwa ananilipa, sasa nilikuwa najinunulia nguo. So alikuwa anafanyia yote kwa hiyo shule. So nikakaa hapo, kafanya for 1.5 years. 1.5 years nikiwa naye hapo, nikafeel I needed a change. I needed a change because I needed to earn more. Na kumbuke hii process yote sijaenda, hakuna shule, hakuna college nimeenda.
Nimeenda tu driving.
So nikamaliza, nikatafuta a different thing to do. A friend of mine who also got to worship in the same church.
So umekuja Nairobi bado ukaingia church.
Nikaingia church.
So your life and church has been constant.
Life and church has always been. And in fact I told my uncle that after kanisa ambayo nitaenda inaitwa Anglican.
Do you know anything else outside church?
I don't know.
At this time between.
I don't know. If I was a good boy. I was a good boy. Umetoka kwa nyumba ya grandi mwenye ako very straight. Mwenye disco matanga ulikuwa unasikia tu. Leo muziki nacheza kwa kina so and so. But ungeenda. My grandmother knew that ndugu yangu anazaenda, but huyu hazitoka hapa. Huyu hazitoka. So my grandmother church, my aunt na the husband, nikauliza hakuna church Anglican hapa karibu ambayo inazaenda. Ananiambia you see there's a church we always go. Aitwa Nairobi Gospel Centers International. Tutakupeleka huko leo. Ukifeel uko sawa na hiyo kanisa utaendelea. Ukifeel uko sawa ndakuonyesha Anglican. In my mind before nikuje nilikuwa nishafanya survey. Nimepiga nikaangalia mpaka church Anglican mahali, but I wanted to ask him ni gani anaendanga. So ndio akanipeleka Gospel Centers International. Then it was called Gospel Centers International. So nikaenda kufika pale nikakaa. Nikaona vile wanamuziki wanapiga muziki, nikasema bas ndio mahali nataka nikae. Because I really love dancing and singing. So nikasema this is where I want to be. After hiyo someone nikapigwa, someone nikaisha, nikaona people giving their life to Christ, wageni wanakaribishwa vizuri ile kanisani. Nikasema hiyo kwa karibishwa nilipewa mpaka soda. Kanisa gani mnakaribishwa kwa soda?
Hiyo karibishwa
nikapewa mpaka soda in Gospel Centers International. So my uncle told me, unaonaje? Kaniambia acha nibaki join na watu. Nitawasikiza labda akaniambia do this. Then nakumbuka kutoka fedha mpaka dono ilikuwa shilingi 10. So my aunt akanipea 20 bob. Utapana nayo gari urudi. So nika introduce myself, nikamwambia I want to join you people in nikaenda probation, nikaingia membership class, nikamaliza. Kumaliza I become a member.
So there has been a big transformation right now. You've maintained church all through. Umeingia kwa new church, a modern church. Then you are now looking for something to do that is bigger than what you've been doing in terms of driving school bus. The school bus center. Yeah. From driving a school bus, you're looking for something bigger to do. Your trajectory is changing. So did you get something better to do, or did you stick to you?
I got something better to do because nakumbuka nili apply, hata siku apply, the guy aliniambia you start with the stock take. Our company also does stock take each and every when you're about to close the year. So akaniambia tutaingia kama stock taker. Na kama stock taker tulikuwa tunalipwa 400. 400.
Hiyo bado ni CCDK ama hiyo ni wapi?
Yes, the company is called Achelis. Achelis Material Handling. But then ilikuwa Funzi Road, sasa imehama iko Mombasa Road. So tulikuwa tunaenda pale, we count the parts. Of course tulikuwa tunapewa breakfast.
What was the nature of the job?
The nature of the job it's just go in the morning, you count the parts of, because they were dealing with machines. So the parts of those machines hata school ilikuwa inahesabiwa.
The things used to make that machine.
Yeah. So they could do a stock take of it, ndio wajue come next year what are we going to add, what are we not going to add in our stock. So nilipomaliza nikamwambia I'm also looking for something else to do from just being a school driver. Nataka kitu ya kufanya. Kaniambia don't worry, I'll look for something here at our company and then I'll be able to let you know na kujifanya. So I went to Achilles as a clerk assistant. Kafanya hapo very diligent, nalipa 500 per day. Na 500 per day ilikuwa pesa mzuri. Unacheza na kulipwa 500 yani
mazao per day ni pesa mzuri.
Yani mazao na collect mshahara yako. So in fact yeye alikuwa na sign. Na sign yeye alikuwa kwa account na sign alafu natolewa immediate, haiko inakaa hata kikaa ni kesho tupata kesho. So nikakaa na yeye hapo until one of my church member tunaomba naye alikuwa anafanya Coca-Cola, akaniambia Mosh ni aje kuna fulani tunafanya Coca-Cola, unaweza penda kufanya Coca-Cola? Nikamwambia it has always been my dream to work in a company that tengeneza soda. Akaniambia sawa, what you do, I'm going to give you the details of what to do and what's required of you.
What application?
The application. So
just before we continue again, is your company comfortable with us discussing the recruitment steps? Because we might go overboard without knowing. Considering the fact that you're still in.
No.
So
okay, I went, I went, akanipeleka through the process. So niliingia through an agency. Kanambia go to this lady, tell her that I've sent you and he'll tell you what to do next. The lady told me, I need your NHIF, I need your NSSF, I need your KRA pin. And the lady told me, watu wengi wanakujanga hapa, atunaambiwa leta hizi vitu, wengi wanakwamianga mahali. I hope this time around wewe utakuja na kila kitu.
Our produce hizo vitu
zimeitishwa. Wanakujanga na unakuta wamemiss moja. So before I left, I told God, I'm doing a change. I go from being a school driver to Achilles and then of course now to this company. Kindly, God, I just need your favor to follow me. And I left. Nikatoka kitu saa 3, kaingia NSSF. Kuingia NSSF, actually enough, nakuta mtu mwenye tunaomba naye church moja is working there. Kanambia, ndugu uko hapa, niko hapa. Umekuja hapa nini NSSF? Uko pala nilikuwa mwisho huko. Nikihesabu watu wako mbele yangu kama 20. Kanitoa kwa hapo, kanipeleka kanambia, madam saidia huyu kijana. Kijana mzuri sana. Kanisaidia haraka nikapata NSSF na kaniprintiwa nikatoka. Nikasema yes, usi ni God. Nikatoka hapo nikaenda na NHIF hapa hill. Silikuwa pale hapa hill. Kaingia hapa hill. Kuingia hapa hill na kuna tena mtu najua. Mtu alikuwa anapita. Nikamtapa. Ndugu, uko hapa? What are you? But they unani blessings and when you dance pale choir, unani bless sana. Nini nimekuleta hapa? I want an NHIF card. Hiyo tu kuja. Kaa pale. Ani yale nilifanyia. Do you know I left there with my NHIF card?
Kada huko ngoja.
Watu wengi wanangojanga. Unakuja ambia kuja kesho. Me I left there with my NHIF card.
That was God's favor now.
Yes. Nikatoka hapo nikaenda KRA. KRA, kufika KRA, naangalia pia time. Watu
wanapatia siku moja.
Watu wanapatia deadline. Wanataka tuitaka by certain time. Afika KRA naona line. Niulize hapa kutaendaje? So nikaribia counter, naona mtu najua. Who is an elder pale kanisani. Naona mtu najua. Asema so. Nikagather courage. Najua navuka watu kwa line. Madam, jambo. My brother, you are here. What's up? What's bringing to KRA? I want a KRA pin. You want a KRA pin? Akauliza kasema kwa nyuma, customer, kindly. This one is a very special person. Kindly let me sort it. So nikaruka watu wengine kadhaa kwa nyuma nikasotiwa KRA pin. Sikasema hii ni Mungu. Kwa bahasha, mimi huyo mbio. Nilidandia gari hapo, baadaye nilikuwa natupia 20 mpaka pale panaitwa Bunyala Road. Kwa Bunyala Road, I got the lady there.
Hapo ndo kulikuwa na agents.
Yes. Nika present that document. Kaniangalia akasema, who are you? Kwambia madam. Did you pray the money? Mwambia I prayed the money before I left here. And I told God, I just need favor everywhere I go. And this
is what God has given you.
He called that guy, akamwambia, "Wewe jamaa umeleta ni extraordinary. Huyu jamaa ametatizo vitu. In fact, nilileta by 4:30 I was done." I went home a very happy man. The guy alipigiwa akaniambia, "Hey, kijana kwa sawa, kijana tutampea kazi." So that's how I got in. I got in.
We thank God for this far. So right now I want to change the trajectory, because now we know how you got all through until now you've gotten their job. And I believe I want to cut you a bit short. So I believe in the stages from where you got in, Ama, you want to just briefly tell us you got in and you grew kidogo. Uliingia kama nani?
Yeah, niliingia kama direct sales distribution, whereby mimi nilikuwa nikienda nichukue order. Order nichukua nitumie mwenye anafaa kusupply. And then I supply, then I go to the next. Yani yangu ilikuwa niku just to do direct sales. Then nikiwa pale, the agency felt that wamefanya enough. Now these people need to be absorbed in the company. So the company absorbed us. But then it was a South African bottling company. We absorbed. Once we were absorbed, I worked as a merchandiser for 7 years. For 7 years. This 7 is a perfect number. So I worked for 7
Number
years.
Number of completion.
So I worked for 7 years. Na nikiwa pale merchandiser, hakuna duka sijafanya. Kwa petrol station nilifanya merchandising. Kwa supermarket nilifanya merchandising. Kwa liquors nilifanya merchandising. So I had knowledge of what I'm doing. And of course the company could take us for trainings. Every day I feel watu kama wanalegea peleka training. Upgrade your training. So nikamaliza. Now come 2018 waka feel they need to upgrade me. So I was upgraded from me a merchandiser to an account developer. So I left Kitengela as a merchandiser to come to Thika as an account developer. That was in 2018. 2018, I worked under contract. 2018.
So how are you, or rather, how can you be described as an employee? What, if assuming I'm asking your boss right now, what kind of person are you as an employee?
I am najituma.
Rather,
They know one, najituma. They know two, I love what I'm doing. And three, they know that I am a person who, when he sits down to do something, he does it with his whole heart, and anafanya vizuri.
Unajua kama unajisifu watawatch na watacomment.
No problem. Anafanya vizuri. Anafanya with his heart, anafanya vizuri. And if he's called for a team building also, he participates like it is his own thing that he's doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from you've described your character at work, and you're still at CCBK right now. Now I don't want to dwell so much on that. I want you now to talk to the young people that are currently, because I wanted us to hold strong the part of ministry and hold strong the part of diligent work, because those are the two things that I really know you for. I know you for being deep in ministry. Like saa zingine mpaka na feeling, I think one or twice I didn't want to carry this interview as a wife, but I'm finding myself getting into it. So once or twice I complain as a wife that si umeenda huduma sana, si utupe hata muda time yetu once hivi kidogo, because you're passionately in ministry. And then you also passionately at work. That one I can attest. And you've grown. I've seen you even from the time I got married to you. The time I knew you kitambo before nini. I didn't know your finances, or rather how you work, but I knew you kidogo, and I've seen the gradual growth with your determination. So I want you to walk people through, especially anyone out there that thinks that you cannot have mixed ministry, or rather ministry is just a waste of time, and work and still have a functional family and being diligent. Like, I want you to figure out a way of just doing all that and talk about diligence as well to the young upcoming people that are looking up to growth or something.
Okay, to the young people who are looking up to the people in the future. One, I am in a ministry, and in the ministry I'm in the men's chorale. We call ourselves the Royal Acapella in church. And other than just than doing ministry, we've dedicated ourselves to serve the people through our singing. In our singing, people are able to give their life to Christ, and of course, by giving your life to Christ, your life changes. Now, work. Know how to balance between work, ministry, and church. This is how we'll balance. If it is time for you to go to church, go to church. If it's on a Sunday, you're supposed to go to church, go to church. Go worship your God once you're done. If you're supposed to go back home, go home. That's not where I do family. That's where family comes in. You're supposed to be with your family. Make sure you give your family time. If you're supposed to attend the first service, you attend the first service, it is done, you don't have any activity in the church, go back to your family. Because for me, I believe family comes first. It's God and family. So once you're with your family, on a Monday, you're supposed to go to work. Tell your family, today is on a Monday, I'm supposed to do what? I'm supposed to go to work. And for me, I feel when one balances all this, I find it smooth. Because to all young people who are like, I want to get married, how am I going to juggle between ministry? How am I going to juggle between work? How am I going to juggle between my family? They just need to plan themselves and plan ahead. Once you've done that, you're able to know, on a Sunday, naenda church service gani. Nikitoka church, I don't have any other activity. I'm not going to sit with the men. I'm not going to sit with the boys. There's nothing you want to discuss. But if there is for you time to sit with the men, let your family understand that today, after church, I'm sitting with the men for 1 or 2 hours. Then once I'm done, I'll come home. You see, once you come back to your family will be like, at least Dad Leo alikuwa na sisi, alitoka church and alikuwa na sisi. And of course, work also. Let your work people know that you have a family. Let your work people know that you have a family. So that when your time comes to go home, they say, hey, but they Adam's squeezing a family, man. Ikifika 5, hata ukimpigia simu tampata, I'm already back to family. So know how to balance. Plan yourself. All these just involves about planning. If you plan yourself well and put God in everything that you're doing,
So we are actually finishing this, and again, I'm still going back to you. There's this part of diligence that I want you to break down, and favor. I've noticed you carry favor. As they say, he who finds a wife obtains favor from the Lord. But I found you carrying favor. Even during our planning, everything was smooth because of the favor that you carried. Maka sometimes nadautingi kama nilikuja na hiyo favor inaitishwangwa. Although I know that God brings a different kind of favor in your life. But the favor that you carry, how can you break it down for someone to just understand that I am blessed of the Lord, and for me to be blessed of the Lord, it's not something that I acquired, or rather I just plucked it on a tree, or niliongelewa na my grandmother that you'll be favored, so the favor is carrying me. Have you worked on building it for you to be having the favor, or is it an inborn favor?
Okay, favor is not a favor is earned. And I got favor. Actually, everything of mine ran smoothly for me. When I started my marriage thing, our wedding day, it was favor, because I could see people giving. I could see people coming and supporting. I could see people telling me, Adam, Mimi, I'll do this for you. And this one has culminated in me participating in their weddings. If earlier before, nimekuwa nikiattend weddings za watu before, now I decided now it's time now to do what? To do mine. I've done 39 weddings. I decided mine is going to be the 40th wedding. So we did our wedding in 2002, in 2022, and for me, since then, I've just seen things going the way I've been wanting, and I've always been seeing God in everything that I do. So we did our wedding to Kamaliza. Once Kamaliza, everything just went smoothly. And I always tell young men that once you put everything to God and put your trust in God and you have faith in Him, He's able to carry you through another level, of which by you want to start planning your things, put God first. Tell God, I'm planning to do A and B. And God will tell you, I'll do for you A, B, you'll have to wait. You don't need to question God and tell God that you said you'll do for me A and B and you've only done A. There is also that part of waiting upon the Lord. But once you waited upon the Lord, He'll do what? He'll open door for you to be able to achieve the B activity that you wanted to achieve. So I've done my wedding. I'm done. Nimemaliza. Kuja nimekaa my wife, and then of course favor ikanifollow tena. Once God bless us with a child, and once God bless us with a child, we named her Etana. Etana Hera. Etana derived from the word eternal. Hera in Luo means love, so eternal love. And I remember it was on last year September. Last year September, actually I was in my leave, and I remember seeing a mail from my HR that you know what, you are called to the company to sign a permanent letter. And I said, wow, actually I've been waiting for this for all that while. And I remember, guys, I've been a merchandiser for 7 years, and then in 2024 Mungu anafungua njia mimi kuwa permanentization kwa kampuni, whereby I was really looking forward at least mtu yapate cover mzuri ya kwenda OC, wife yapate cover mzuri ya fanini ya kwenda OC. So for me, that's a favor.
Congratulations on that.
For me, that is favor.
Because the favor came in a big way. Umemention your part ya mtoi and getting cover. Nikaona tu, let me just fill them in with the heavier details. During our pregnancy and until the time our baby was being delivered, I think in terms of medical bills or other medical planning, that was the toughest time of our life. I don't know, he normally takes things so calmly, you wouldn't even know it's tough. But for me, I take things deep, and it gets to a point where I overthink things, I overlook things. Siju kuchukulia kitu on the base level. But for him, akishaachia God, ana relax. So Nana, it has been very difficult. You're thinking of medical bills. Tunaenda wapi hosi? Tutalipa na nini? Because at this time I'm not working. He's the only one we are counting on. And then we don't have any medical cover to protect us. So tuna nini? We are going to pay cash. We are thinking of public hospitals because of course nini haiwezi kuwa private hospital, haiwezi kuwa kwa hiyo deal. So we are thinking of public hospitals. I start looking. For me, I had chosen Kenyatta Hospital specifically because I knew it's a referral hospital. In case of anything, they are equipped to handle it. Then what happens? Wale watu wa Tuesday, si mnawajua Gen Zs, wamestrike. Kenyatta imefanya nini? Yani strike due date yetu na their strikes were going one hapa na pale. Hosi pia wamestrike. Then kozileza, if we pick this hospital, will we even manage to get there? We are coming so far to this hospital. Tukifika tutahudumiwa ama? And those fears, we even opted now to change hospitals and look for, we traveled. Tunasemanga, our baby is a travel baby. We now chose a hospital very, very far. Very far from us. We went to Kijabe because at least we knew the only challenge we might find ni kama hiyo nini ikuje on Tuesday ama Thursday siku za strike. Hapo ndo tutakutana na the biggest challenge. But apart from that, we can go all the way. And our budget will be cut. I know so many people really asked, babe, am I saying too much? Ama niendelee? So many people asked us, why are you choosing a hospital so far from? It was like an estimate of 3 hours from our place. So far, na delivery sometimes comes as an emergency. We had looked for so many things, and then we were consistently praying and trusting that God atatu guide to tufike. And then I had asked so many questions, nikaambiwa, it's very rare labor ianze na within 3 hours to deliver. It's like a one in, they had a scientific name for such kind, but it's very rare. So tulijua 6 hours tuko nayo. And that's how we chose that hospital. Now the beauty of this hospital, I'm not marketing it or rather talking about it, but it's just seeing what I'm telling you about favor. The beauty of this hospital is that we went, I was well taken care of. I stayed in hospital for like 4 days after delivery. We were well taken care of. The bills came, and now they were, because it's a mission hospital, their NHIF cut almost, was it half or more than half it was more than half, right? More than half our bill was cutted for their NHIF, not ours, theirs. Then now, his NHIF also cutted for a few. So we ended up paying very little. This is where I'm talking about favor again. The favor that he carries. I believe with the biggest number that it's the favor that he carries that has carried us through. So by the time we were leaving the hospital, I think we had only used something like, at most it's around 10K. Remember this time he's been in hospital, those 4 days, they even have a place where he sleeps there. He sleeps in the motel and comes back to the hospital. And all this time, we are capable of doing all these things. And we are strained, like really, really strained. Nobody knew how strained we were. We were not trying to even ask relatives for help or friends or anything. It was a strain. And he took it so calmly. Mimi ndo nilikuwa nabeba uzito. In my case, labda naibeba but amenyamaza nayo. Mimi nikibeba nabeba na naongea. So the favor that I don't know how to pull this thing out, but that is one thing that if you ask me about my husband, what do you see, or rather what God do you see in him, I will say I see the God of favor. The crown of favor has been put on him, and I pray that may it continue and may it just build up. And you can just give us your parting shot. I just wanted to touch on that. It's a story that maybe one day we'll tell in details and the strength, but I just wanted to carry because this one was very heavy for me. And then you imagine once the baby has been born too heavy, so we are worrying we'll be going to the hospital again. Maybe kuna mtoto sasa kuna hizo risks za kwenda hosi now and then you're told kuja umekuwa permanent na kuna cover. You see again, God covering us. Babe, just give us, hadi nimemwita babe, nilikuwa professional. Yeah, give us your parting shot and then.
Okay. My parting shot is this. To every person that is watching this today, just know that in everything you plan to do, make sure that God is there. And always know that God is not Mungu sio binadamu. Yani aweze kusahau ama that you feel that you are low, in your low moment, you feel that you feel hopeless, there's hope. You feel in a low moment, there's somebody who's always there to do what? To give you that urge, yeah? To push through, and this is God. Everything you always do, remember to put God. God comes first. And then after God comes first, there's your family. And there's ministry. Make sure if you're in a ministry, serving in a ministry somewhere, make sure you serve there diligently. Because it's through this ministry that God will be able to open for you a way. It's through this ministry that God will be able to bless you on how you want Him to bless you. And always remember that we are in this world with a purpose. And once our purpose is done in this world, it's only God who can determine where we are going to go next. So I want to wish you all the best. Whatever you plan to do, always remember to put God first. Thank you.
Thank you so much for gracing this occasion and for being vulnerable to share your story, because I know it's not easy to just break down your story into bits and to tell, and some people take it as a very personal thing, so they strive to live with it. But I know that once you've told, it's going to touch a heart, because our aim is to at least touch one heart and give hope to at least one person. So I know through your story, someone will say, this guy has gone through a lot. He did not live an ordinary life. He did not get everything served on his plate, but every day he strives to get better. Every day he strives to live a good life. Every day he strives to be good with the Lord. And every day he lives each day making sure that life moves on the next level smoothly. So to the crew that were here and us, we just want to say thank you again for your time. I really wanted you here during the beginning. Uko mbele, we will still call you for other topics to talk about, but for now, I am really grateful and gracious that you came here. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And to all of you that have watched up to the end, I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you for loving us so much, and thank you for your feedback, because we are really counting on it. Anytime you watch, please like and leave a comment on the post. When you like, the video gets spread and we get to get more views, and the good news is spread outside there. Until next time, I was your host, Rosa Nyarath. Adios.